Good morning. I want you to take a deep breath today and know that no matter what you're facing, there is hope. You may be standing at a closed door, feeling disappointed or defeated, thinking, oh, why me? But I'm here to tell you, when one door closes, God has something even better waiting for you. He is not done with you yet. This moment, this challenge, this delay, it's not the end. It's a setup for a breakthrough, a greater opportunity, a new blessing that is bigger and better than anything you've imagined. I want you to hear this clearly today. Just because a door closes in your life, it doesn't mean that you failed. It doesn't mean that your purpose is over. It doesn't mean that God has forgotten you or abandoned you. Sometimes we get discouraged when something doesn't go our way. We see a plan fall apart, a relationship end, a job slip through our fingers, or a dream vanish before it could even start. And in those moments, it's easy to feel like life is against us. But I want you to know that a closed door is not a dead end. A closed door is not a rejection. A closed door is not punishment. A closed door is simply redirection. Yes, redirection. God is guiding you, moving you, steering you towards something better. Sometimes a door closes to protect you from something that isn't right for you. Maybe it would have brought harm, disappointment, or delayed your growth. And sometimes a door closes because God has something greater prepared, something bigger, something that is exactly what you were meant for. But it requires the old door to close first. Think about this. How many times have you been disappointed in your life? How many times have you set your heart on a plan only to see it crumble? You might have applied for that job, prayed for that promotion, or hoped for a relationship, and yet it didn't happen. And if you are honest, you may have felt hopeless or confused. But here's the truth. Every closed door has a purpose. Every closed door is an invisible hand gently moving you toward your destiny. Let me remind you of Joseph from the Bible. Joseph was a young man with big dreams. He was betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a pit, sold as a slave, and later falsely accused and imprisoned. Every step of the way, doors seemed to close on him. But God's plan was never over. Each closed door was preparing Joseph for something greater. A position of leadership in Egypt, saving countless lives during a famine. If Joseph had given up, if he had let disappointment define him, he would have missed his destiny. That closed door was not the end of his story. It was the beginning of a greater chapter. And your life works the same way. When you face a closed door today, it is not to keep you from something good. It is to keep you on the path to something far better. You may feel fear, frustration, or sadness when a door closes. That is normal. But don't let your emotions dictate your next step. Shift your perspective. Don't ask, oh, why is this happening to me? To me, ask, what is God trying to redirect me toward? Every disappointment, every setback, every closed door has a divine purpose. God is not punishing. He is positioning. Here's the key. Don't linger at the closed door, begging it to open. Don't waste your energy wishing things had been different. Look forward instead. Look up. Know that God is in control, and He is already preparing your next step. That new door is waiting for you. It is ready. But you have to trust the process, and you have to be willing to move forward in faith. Sometimes we miss the blessing on the other side of a closed door because we are too focused on what we have lost. We compare ourselves to others who seem to have it all, and we get discouraged. We say, oh, why me? Why not them? But God's timing and God's plan are not based on comparison. He is orchestrating your life perfectly. God's timing is what turns good into great, average into extraordinary, ordinary into miraculous. Think about Abraham and Sarah. They waited decades for the promise of a child. Every year, the waiting seemed longer. Every year, they wondered if they would ever see the fulfillment of God's promise. But God's timing was perfect. When the moment came, it wasn't too early and it wasn't too late. It was exactly right. Isaac was born, and he became the key to the fulfillment of God's plan for generations. That waiting period, that season of closed doors, was not wasted. It was a preparation, a refining, and a positioning for what God wanted to accomplish. Sometimes we get impatient and we try to open doors that are not ready. Sometimes we settle for less because we don't want to wait. But God is saying today, don't rush. Don't compromise. Don't give in to fear or frustration. Wait a minute. Trust my timing. What I have for you is worth the wait. The blessing you are waiting for is worth the delay. The opportunity that God has prepared for you will come, and it will come at the perfect moment. When doors close, it may feel like life is stopping. It's aligning. God is arranging things behind the scenes that you cannot yet see. He is putting people in your path, setting up opportunities, and creating circumstances that will make the moment of breakthrough even greater. That closed door is not rejection. It is preparation. And the moment your new door opens, you will see why the old one had to close. You will realize that God's timing was perfect all along. I want you to believe this. God's delays are not denials. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't happen. Delays are often necessary for your growth, for your refinement, and for your preparation. They're opportunities for you to strengthen your faith, deepen your character, and align your heart with God's purpose. While you wait, don't waste your time in worry, doubt, or fear. Use this time to prepare, to pray, to grow, and to position yourself for the blessing that is coming. Think about Joseph again. He was in prison for years, waiting for God's perfect timing. He could have given up. He could have become bitter. He could have lost hope. But he trusted God's timing. And when the time was right, God elevated him to a position of power that not only saved his life, but saved the lives of countless others. The waiting, the closed doors, the delays, they were all part of God's perfect timing. And this is true for you today. Maybe you are waiting for a promotion, waiting for a relationship, waiting for a financial breakthrough, or waiting for a dream to come true. Whatever it is, God is saying, be patient. My timing is perfect. What I have prepared for you is bigger than what you can see. What I have prepared for you is better than what you have been hoping. Trust me. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves that God's perspective is not like ours. We see things in the present, we measure time in months or years, and we think that waiting means nothing is happening. But God sees the bigger picture. He sees the end from the beginning. He knows the right season for everything in your life. That closed door is only temporary. That delay is only temporary. And when God's time comes, you will step into the blessing, the opportunity, the promotion, or the new season that you have been waiting for. And it will be exactly as God intended. So today, I want you to release the frustration of waiting. I want you to release the pressure to make things happen on your own timeline. And I want you to trust God. Trust that He is in control. Trust that He knows exactly what you need and exactly when you need it. The door that is closed today is only setting the stage for the door that will open tomorrow. You will see clearly that God's timing was perfect. Remember, God's timing is never early, never late, and never wrong. He is orchestrating every detail for your growth, and for your glory. Your closed doors, your waiting periods, and your seasons of uncertainty are not mistakes. They are divine appointments. Keep believing, keep trusting, and keep moving forward with faith. The moment will come. The right door will open. The perfect opportunity will arrive. And you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, that it was God's perfect timing all along. I want you to hear this clearly today. When God closes a door in your life, He is not punishing you, and He is not done with you. In fact, He is leading you to something better. But here's the key. You have to have faith, and you have to exercise patience. Faith and patience are two of the most important qualities you can develop in life, because they allow you to trust God's plan even when you can't see the outcome. Faith is believing in what you cannot yet see. Faith is trusting in God's promises even when circumstances seem to say otherwise. Faith is standing firm even when doors are closed, setbacks come, or life doesn't make sense. Patience is the ability to wait without giving up. Patience is keeping your heart hopeful while you wait for the timing that only God can provide. Together, faith and patience allow you to navigate life's closed doors with confidence, knowing that something better is on the horizon. Sometimes we want immediate results. We want the blessing. No. We want the opportunity today. But God's greatest works are not rushed. They are carefully orchestrated, prepared, and timed to perfection. That is why faith. You may not see the new door yet, but you can trust that it is coming. And patience is essential, because the process of waiting allows God to perfect the plan, shape you, and align everything in your favor. Think about the story of David. He was anointed as king when he was just a young shepherd boy, yet he had to wait many years before he actually sat on the throne. During that waiting period, he faced trials, persecution, and closed doors. He could have grown bitter, he could have given up, or he could have tried to take matters into his own hands. But David exercised faith and patience. He trusted God's timing, and when the moment came, he stepped into his destiny as king of Israel. His patience did not go unnoticed, and his faith was rewarded. You see, patience and faith are not passive. They are active. They require you to continue trusting God, continue preparing yourself, and continue walking forward. Even when the door is closed, they require you to stay positive, to keep believing, and to hold on to hope. Every moment you spend in faith and patience strengthens your character, builds your resilience, and prepares you for the greater blessing that is coming. Sometimes, the closed door may feel unfair. You may think, I've worked hard, I've prayed, I've done all the right things, so why is the door still closed? But here's the truth. God's plan is bigger than your understanding. The door that is closed may be keeping you from something that would have been a detour from your destiny. The blessing that is coming is perfectly aligned with your purpose, and it requires faith to believe and patience to wait. Faith allows you to see beyond your current situation. It allows you to look past disappointment, rejection, and delay. Faith reminds you that God is already working on your behalf. He is arranging circumstances, placing the right people in your life, and opening doors that you cannot even imagine. Faith is not wishful thinking. It is confident trust in a God who is faithful to His promises. Patience, on the other hand, allows you to endure the waiting period with grace. Patience helps you to remain hopeful, to keep moving forward, and to continue preparing yourself for what is to come. Patience allows you to enjoy the journey rather than just focusing on the destination. And together, faith and patience create a powerful combination that positions you for God's best. Let me remind you again of Joseph. He waited in prison for years, facing closed doors, false accusations, and uncertainty. But he didn't give up. He exercised faith, trusting that God had a plan. He exercised patience, waiting for the right time for his promotion. And when God's timing came, Joseph was elevated to a position of power that not only changed his life, but saved the lives of many others. That is what faith and patience can do. They prepare you for something far greater than you could imagine. And it is the same for you today. Maybe you are waiting for a breakthrough in your career, a new relationship, financial stability, or a personal goal. Maybe you are waiting for healing, restoration, or a second chance. Something better is coming, but it requires faith and patience. You cannot rush the process, you cannot force the door open, and you cannot settle for less than what God has for you. You have to trust, and you have to wait. Faith and patience are not always easy. They require intentionality. They require you to keep your eyes on God, to speak words of hope, and to continue believing even when things seem impossible. They require you to remember that God's ways are higher than your way, and His timing is perfect. Every step you take in faith, every moment you wait patiently, is a step closer to the blessing that God has prepared for you. So today, I want you to make a commitment. Choose to trust God's timing. Choose to exercise faith even when you cannot see the outcome. Choose to be patient, knowing that the waiting period is not wasted. Your closed doors, your delays, and your setbacks are all setting the stage for something better. And when that door finally opens, you will realize that it was worth every moment of faith, every moment of patience, and every challenge you endured. Remember, something better always requires faith and patience. You may not see it yet, but it is coming. You may not feel it now, but it is being prepared. Keep trusting, keep believing, keep walking forward, and when that new door opens, you will step into a life that is far greater than you ever imagined. So as we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to remember this one truth. When doors close in your life, it doesn't mean your story is over. It doesn't mean your dreams are gone. It doesn't mean God has forgotten you. No. Every closed door is part of God's plan. Every closed door is an opportunity for redirection. Every closed door is preparing you for something bigger, something greater than you can imagine. We have talked about 3 important truths today. First, a closed door is not the end, it's redirection. God is guiding you, positioning you, and preparing you for a new opportunity that aligns with your purpose. That closed door is not rejection. It is a stepping stone to the blessing that is waiting for you. Second, trust that God's timing is perfect. Sometimes we feel frustrated when the door doesn't open immediately. But God is never late. He is orchestrating every detail, arranging circumstances, and lining up people and opportunities for your life. What you are waiting for will come at exactly the right time. And it will be worth it. Third, something better requires faith and patience. Faith is believing in what you cannot yet see, trusting in God's promises, and keeping your eyes on Him, even when the path seems unclear. Patience is enduring the waiting, persevering through challenge, and preparing yourself for the blessing that is ahead. When faith and patience work together, they position you for God's best. I want you to leave here today with your heart full of hope. Whatever door has closed in your life, be discouraged. Whatever disappointment you are facing, don't be defeated. Keep moving forward in faith, trusting in God's timing. Keep being patient and expectant. Something better is on the way. Something greater is coming. And when that door opens, you will look back and realize that every closed door, every setback, and every delay was leading you exactly where you were meant to be. So take a deep breath, lift your head high, and step forward with confidence. Your story is not over. Your best days are ahead. God is not done with you yet. The door that is closed today is only setting the stage for the life, the opportunity, and the blessing that He has already prepared for you. Get ready, because something better is coming, and it is bigger, brighter, and more beautiful than you have ever imagined. Believe it, receive it, walk into it. Your breakthrough is closer than you think.